But right now, it is all NBA all the time. And in particular, all Damian Lillard trade all the time. We've been waiting all summer for this one to happen. And it finally has, as Damian Lillard is traded not to the Miami Heat, not to the Toronto Raptors, not to the Brooklyn Nets, but to the Milwaukee Bucks. And Rob, the Miami Heat, which was Damian Lillard's preferred destination, the reports were coming out rapidly all week, and even going back even past that the Miami Heat were like, we can win the East without Damian Lillard. And if the Milwaukee Bucks don't take the trade that we've put on the table, then so be it.
Portland.
I'm sorry, yeah, the Portland Trail Blazers don't take the trade that we put on the table, then so be it. The talk early, Rob, was that Miami was going to offer whatever it took outside of Bam out of Bayou and Damian Lillard, and that Portland was not interested in Tyler Hero, who would kind of highlight or headline their deal. But as time went on, Hero was in the deal, I believe. But the talk was that they weren't giving up, all the tons of players and draft picks and basically everything they had outside of Bam and Butler to get Damian Lillard. And Rob, I think that they thought at the end of the day, Dame was theirs. And that the Portland Trail Blazers were going to buckle under the pressure and that they would be able to get Dame for pennies on the dollar, and they were going to be able to go ahead and steal him and have a great shot at winning the NBA championship. And I think even as reports about the Raptors started circulating, they may have felt like, okay, if we don't get him, if he goes to Toronto, we good. We still better than them, right? We won the East last year, so we've seen Boston. We've seen Milwaukee. We got this. And I don't know that they envisioned him going to Milwaukee, who they've been great against, the past few years with Giannis. But now with Dame, that's a different animal in Milwaukee. And I just think at the end of the day, Rob, Pat Riley and the Miami Heat overplayed their hand.
I agree. And it's arrogance, because it's not about Chris winning the East. They've done that.
Thank you.
It's about winning a championship.
Thank you.
What is missing? Why could you not compete against Denver?
5 games.
Why couldn't you compete? Offense. You need more scoring. You need a guy like that. Jimmy Butler is the greatest number 2, Chris. He really is.
Yep.
He's not your main guy if you want to win a championship. And this is, like, we're geniuses. Look at what we did. We got 6 guys who weren't drafted. We went to the finals. We know basketball better than anybody else. We can win the East without Damian. You're right, because you did it. You did it twice in the last 4 years. You're right, you did. But can you win a championship? And that's what it's about. And there he was for the taking.
Wanted to go there. Was begging to go
there. Give up. What are you holding on to? What are you worried about? You just said you got 6 picks, 6 guys who weren't even drafted, Chris, right? What are you worried about picks and worried about certain players? Hold on. You're not giving up a Bam. You're not giving up Jimmy. If you're not giving up those 2 and you're getting Dame, I'll rebuild the bench. They're so good at picking up players, Chris, right? Do that. Show me that you could do that part if you got 3 stars. And if they would have gotten Dame, it would be hard to look any other way and think that they weren't going to be in the mix and have a real shot at a championship. And now I don't look at them that way.
No.
It is arrogance. It's just straight up arrogance. And they thought Portland was going to cave because the player made it clear that there was only one place he said he was going to go. That's what he said. And unless he's going to forfeit money, Chris, and not go to the trade, he didn't have any leverage. He had no leverage.
And Rob, we were saying it. And you had and look, granted, I thought at the end of the day he would end up in Miami. But we said from the beginning, Portland doesn't owe him a darn thing except the money in the contract, which they've paid him, and they need to make the best deal for them. And we'll get to them a little bit later and how well they did.
Right.
But yeah, they had control all along. They had all the leverage because he's locked up for 4 years. And so good for them. But the Miami Heat, Rob, look, everybody and their mother was praising Heat culture this postseason, right?
Yep.
Heat culture this, Heat culture that. Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Caleb Martin, look at who they're winning with. And Pat Riley, who never wanted a championship without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Keep preaching, Chris.
Magic
Keep it.
Johnson.
Stop it, Pat. I don't know what you're thinking. Yes.
The way. Like, I mean, it ain't about being good. It ain't, as you said, Rob, it's not about getting to the finals and then getting waxed.
They did it already.
Rob, when they played the Lakers in the bubble, I mean, Jimmy Butler was bad. I mean, I don't say the man because that was LeBron James, but Jimmy Butler was great. Went at it with LeBron for a while and was good. Was there really any doubt who was going to win that series? No.
Nope. They needed a miracle. They needed a miracle to get it done.
This year, they got beaten 5 by the Nuggets. I mean, they had done so much that we didn't expect in the first 3 rounds of the playoffs that it was like, oh, let's see what happens. Once you saw the first couple games, it was like, they really don't have anything for Denver. They just ain't good enough. And that even there, I don't see them getting out of the East this year. But Rob, if they did, they beating Denver, they beating Phoenix, they beating the Lakers, who if they somehow got out of the West would mean they're clicking on all cylinders. Who's dealing with Anthony Davis? Who's dealing with LeBron James? Come on. You don't have enough. And maybe you believe the hype about the Heat culture, but like I said, Pat Riley never won with no freaking gritty, grimy, the little engine that could culture.
Right. I don't even know what
he had good teams. He may have even got to the finals. He never won.
100%. He was with the Knicks, right? But they even had Patrick Ewing, who's an all-time great, right? What exactly is he trying to prove? I don't even understand it. You're in that position, Chris. You just went to the finals. You have a chance to get a top 75 player. What is the holdup? That's why I said the other day, I don't see him going to Miami. This deal would have been done if they were serious about it. They were never serious. They thought they had Portland over a barrel, and they were going to sit there and let them sweat. Are you kidding? Seriously.
I don't know that they could get him. Probably can. If I was Philly, I wouldn't, But if I was Miami, Rob, I'd be going after Joel Embiid. And again, not saying he's available. He'd only be available if he makes us think about it and wants out because he sees what Milwaukee's put together, what Boston's put together. James Harden, of course, with his situation.
Did you see him at the strip? Did you see him at the club, Chris?
With, on social media?
Yeah, with the women, some women in the crowd holding up signs. Daryl Morey's a liar. Did you see?
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Inside a club, Chris. Unbelievable. They're holding up signs.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's a mess up there in Philly. So if I'm Miami, I'm seeing if Philly, look, y'all, your second star is going to make it ugly for you. Now, again, I don't think they'll trade Joel Embiid, but Rob, that would be my target. And I'd give up Bam. I know Bam's not equal to Joel Embiid, but Bam and, I don't know, Tyler Hero, whatever I could put together to try to get Joel Embiid and Jimmy Butler together. Because, Rob, we've seen it happen a couple of times. I mean, 1979, that long ago, the Seattle Supersonics. Without, a superstar.
The 2004 Pistons, they did it. Yep. It happens
without
every so often.
Superstar. But those are really the only two, Rob, that we can really think of.
Those are the only two, to be honest.
Yeah. And so, I mean, you can have a nice run. You can be scary. You can, create some drama and excitement. But are you going to, at the end of the day, hoist the trophy without having major talent? No. Rare. And so, yeah, let this be a lesson to the Miami Heat, Rob, because I'm telling you, I mean, they were an afterthought during the regular season last year. And they just got hot. They were a horrible three-point shooting team and got hot in the playoffs. Now, I don't know why they were so bad in the regular season shooting the three and then great in the playoffs, but, I don't know.
Things happen.
Do they shoot it poorly again in the regular season and be an afterthought? But they would have been the story. And I think they got burned. And, all that talk about, we not giving up. Like you said, they thought they had Portland over
right,
barrel.
and then that they didn't have to budge. We'll just wait. We'll wait for you to come around. He don't want to be there. He wants to be with us. You're gonna have no choice, and then we'll just sit here and you'll take what we're giving you. That's what they thought.
Absolutely, and good for all the Rob. Obviously, the Bucks, the Raptors, the Nets. Now, there was reports from our friend Mark Spears that about 10 days ago, when there was nothing doing in the Heat, right? In the Heat and Blazers talks, that Mark Spears reported this, that Aaron Goodwin, the agent for Dame Lillard, and privately told the Bucks and the Nets 10 days ago that Damian Lillard would be interested in a deal there. The Raptors were also a real contender to land the ex-Blazers star, but obviously, ultimately, the Bucks got it done. So, Rob, props to those teams. Don't be scared off. I mean, like you said, is he going to sit out and give up $200 and something million? Come on.
No, that was never happening. And you know what? He got a dose of religion that Portland was serious, Chris, and he was like, okay, what else could I? But what else can I do? Because I know I can't come back here. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to concede.